So, good morning students. Yeah, so we are discussing numerical calculations. That's what we call is, of course, number system. Number system, numerical calculation, both are of course not same, but both are so important to get the perfection in quantitative aptitude. Student, I don't think that you are getting any bore as far as this particular topic is concerned, because we don't find any logic in this kind of questions. We are just getting the points out of that. So, what is square number, what is cube number, what is perfect square, something like that, but you find it, sir, why you are teaching all this? Because how this is related to quantitative aptitude. Yes, my dear students, as far as, yeah, very good morning, man. Yeah, very good morning to all of you. Yes, so as far as our quantitative aptitude is concerned, as far as quantitative aptitude, as I told you that it is the natural ability of learning. So, while actually learning, when we are actually try to learn the new concepts, we came across with some different kinds of calculations, isn't it? You see that the World Cup Olympics are going on. In every part, what is important is calculation. You see that whatever the exam, whatever the game it is, the main concept of any game is only calculation, how quick we need to run, how quick we have to throw the balls, everything is depending on calculation, and hence I must say that calculation is an integral part of your, I can tell you that in the coming days, wherever you are, what kind of job you must be pursuing, but you should be knowing these calculations, because everything depends on the ability of calculations. Student, actually you are, I can tell you that without any doubt. Yeah, very good morning, man. I can tell you that. So, the person who is good at calculations is been given great priority everywhere, anywhere. The reason is the one who is good at calculation obviously can take the decision quickly. Whether he is in politics, whether it is in economics, whether it is in business, whether it is in sports, wherever you are, but calculation makes a lot of difference. I hope you understand this. Probably 2 days before I told you that the difference between Indian record in 100-meter race and Olympic record is only 0.5 seconds. Is only 0.5 seconds. You must remember that a couple of days before we discussed this point. The difference between the Indian record in 100-meter is 10.26 seconds, and of course, the Olympic record is 9.8 seconds. See, the difference is only 0.5 seconds. Just tell me what is 0.5 seconds. Yes, it is all over. By the time you look at into the watch, yes, 0.5 seconds is all over. But remember, student, it is not just 0.5 seconds, it is close to 5 meters. As I told you that, because in Olympics and in any international match, 100 meters is covered in close to 10 seconds, which mean to say that they will be covering 10 meters in every 1 second. Imagine how much is 5 meters, man. This is 2 meters. Imagine 5 meters means 2 plus 2 plus 1. That is the difference where we stand and the winner in the Olympics. That is the main difference between winner, Olympic winner, and Indian testing record. Which we need to say that I must be very clear to you that we need to cover this much of distance to get into Olympics. If you look at 0.5 seconds, you can say, oh, it is only 0.5 seconds, but when you say 5 meters, that makes all the difference. That is the reason why, my dear students, I just want to tell you so clearly that one should be very strong at calculations. Yeah, I understand that, because you the people don't like to get the perfection in calculation, because we hate calculations. From the childhood, obviously, we the students usually, the students usually hate calculations, but that won't leave you. Till you settle in your career, that particular calculation, even after getting into the job, calculations plays a very important role. That gives a lot of confidence. Once you are good at calculation means that gives a lot of confidence. That is the reason why I sincerely advise you to understand calculations, to get the best out of this. Once you are into this, yes, I can tell you that you really start enjoying the learning. Okay, student, yes, so today we are about to discuss division, algorithm. So, what is all about? What is a division algorithm? Yesterday actually we have started off and I just want to get back again, and once it is done we discuss some beautiful questions in that. Here we go. Student, when I say that some, for example, if you divide 61 by 6, for example, you can say that it gets the quotient is 10 times because it cancels for 10 times and you will be getting 1 as a reminder, isn't it? So, that is quite routine. Remember student, this is said to be divisor. Yesterday that what we discussed actually, this is said to be divisor and this is said to be quotient, isn't it? And obviously the number you must be getting is said to be remainder. So, 1 is said to be remainder. Student, if you can closely look into that, 6 into 10 is 60 plus 1 is 61. So, 61 can be obtained by multiplying divisor into quotient plus remainder. Remember student, 61 is said to be dividend. I hope you understand. So, dividend is given by divisor into quotient plus remainder. So, this is a very simple concept, my dear students. Obviously, it seems to be so easy for you as such, but if there is any change, if there is any, what I can tell you, if there is any some logic or twist in the question, you should be even more careful. Okay. Now, let me give you some interesting points. Come on student, now please respond to this question if you can. Here we go. Student, I don't know some number, so let the number be x. When I started dividing this number by 12, so I get 4 as a quotient and of course 3 as a remainder. Can you tell me what is x? Can you tell me what is x? Yes student, yes, please respond quickly. Can you tell me what is x? Come on student, why you are taking a lot of time? I think you need to respond quickly, man. Yes, 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 that's very good. Obviously yes, because x is something like 12 into 4. So, 12 into 4 is 48 and of course plus 3, that comes around 51. Remember the dividend in this case is 51. Okay, fine. Okay, very fine. Yes, good. Okay student, you get the point, right? So, you understand what is a divisor. Now, I just want to give some more point in this question. Let me check how you are doing this. For example, student, if I say that some x is there and when I started dividing x by 12, I get a remainder of 5 and then quotient is 5 and the remainder is 14. Can you tell me what is x? Can you tell me what is x? Good going man, good going. Yeah, please carry on, carry on. Yeah. Can you tell me what is x? Come on student, you are taking a lot of time man, you should be able to respond quickly. Yes, 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 yes. Come on, yes, come on, come on, come on. Maybe some of you said that you are working on, you are just watching this on mobile, you find it little difficult to get the message, but try to acquire a laptop. It is going to be an investment for you, okay. Come on, quick, 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 quick. Quick man, yes, I am waiting for your time. Yes, very good, 74, that's very good. 74 is your answer. Yes, I understand that. But it is a very bad practice of leaving 14. Isn't it? Obviously, we don't leave 14. This remainder cannot be more than divisor. Whenever 14 is actually left man, what we do, you know, we divide for one more time and I think we will be living with 2 only. Isn't it? Yeah, 74 is correct answer man. So, what you said is absolutely right. But actually, yes, 74 is absolutely correct. Check it out, when 74 is actually being divided by 12, student tell me how many times it get cancelled? Obviously 6 times. So, what is the remainder we can expect to have 2? Isn't it? So, the fundamental point in division algorithm is the remainder cannot be more than the number, more than the divisor. So, obviously, whenever such case arises, yeah, very good going, very good going. Yeah, good going, good going. Yeah. The one who can really respond quickly, please do it, man, so that other people can see what actually the things are happening. Your response will help me to understand how good we are actually learning the topic and what need to learn even more. Okay, here we go. Yes, student. Now, the point is, for example, if I say that if a number is divided by 14, come on student, if a number is divided by 14, and then I get a quotient of 10, and hence the remainder 13 is left actually. Student, is this a good practice? Can we do it like that? I mean, is this a chance? Can we do it like? Yes, of course, because 13 is less than 14. So, we can definitely do that. But if at all, if anybody gives 18 as the remainder, we don't accept, we don't definitely accept. We see that 18 should not be there. If at all, if 18 is there, what we do, you know, we cancel for one more time, and we leave the remainder of 4. I hope you understand this. Student, I hope you understand my point, right? So, that is the fundamental point in division algorithm. Student, now I give you one interesting point, you please focus on this. Student, if I say that, let me suppose that I have 76 and I am trying to divide 76 by 14. Please focus, please focus. When I dividing for example, if I say that some 82 number is there and I was actually trying to divide the same by 8. Tell me student, it cancel for how many times? 10 times. And tell me what is the remainder that is obtained? 2. Yeah, that is anybody can understand that. Yeah. For example, if I start dividing 82 by 4 once again, what happens, you know? When you are dividing by 8, you left 10 as a quotient. I mean, it cancel for 10 times. But when you are dividing the same by 4, student, may I know that is it cancel for the same 10 times? Is it cancel for the same 10 times? Is the quotient is 10 again? Is the quotient is the 10 again? No, it should be 20, isn't it? It should be 20, because when you take half of the number, obviously the quotient will be 20. Earlier it was cancelled for 10 times, now it get cancelled for 20 times. The very reason is you are taking half of the number. What, ma'am? Comfortable? Seriously? Yeah, okay. So, if that is the case, I give you one question. Now, please look at that. Please look into this point. So, when x is, I do not know what is it actually, when I was x is cancelled with 14, it cancelled for 10 times, and of course, I do not know what is the remainder of 10. Okay, leave it. So, forget about the remainder. Student, if the same x is cancelled by 7, can you tell me how much is the quotient is going to be? How much is the quotient is going to be? Very good. Obviously, the quotient is going to be 20. Yes, that is for good. So, when you are trying to divide by 14, it was cancelled only for 10 times, but when it is by 7, it cancelled for 20 times. I hope you understand this. So, now I think you are very comfortable. I do not think there is any question, there is any confusion right at the moment. Okay, student, now I give you one more interesting point. This time we get it. Student, when x is divided by 14, it cancels for 10 times and the remainder that is obtained is 12. Okay, student. Now, please look at that. When the same x is cancelled, by 7, tell me how much I am going to get over here. Tell me, man. How much? Because it is cancelled for 10 times, obviously it should be 20. Yeah, and of course 12. But Leaving 12 is a very bad practice. Is very bad practice. So what we do? We cancel for one more time and we will be leaving 5 as remainder. I hope you understand, my dear students. Am I clear to you, man? Yes, very good, very good, very good. I hope, yes, I am absolutely clear to you. Ready? Okay, student, now I give some questions to you. Now please respond. So please respond. When it is actually divided by 16, cancels for 10 times and I get a remainder of 14. Yeah, when the same x is divided by 8, I am asking you to find what quotient and what remainder. Tell me, man. You need to fill up these two values. Come on, go ahead. Come on, go ahead. Come on, student, go ahead, go ahead. So you are taking half of the number. Earlier you divided by 16, now you are doing it by 8. Come on. You need to fill those two question marks. Yeah, that's good. You need to fill up this. Come on, student, please do respond. Quotient is not 11, student. It should be more than 11. Check it out, check it out. What is the quotient and what is the remainder? Yes, very good. Actually, when it is cancelled for 10 times, it should be 20. Okay, very fine. But 14 we cannot leave. 14 we cannot leave. We cancel for one more time and this particular question mark should be 6 and this question mark should be 21. 20 anyway, but 14, we can't leave 14, man, and hence that is the point. 21 and 6. Excellent, my students. Yes, very good going, and I understand that you are getting the point very right. This is the time I should be giving you a question, because you seem to be so confident and you seem to be so enthusiastic. This is the time. Yes, it is the time you can answer this. Please look into the question. Here we go. Student, when a question is given something like this, see this, see. A number when divided by 64, leaves a remainder of 63. What is the remainder if the same number is divided by 16? The question is only remainder, not the quotient. Tell me, student, a number, I don't know what is the number. When divided by 64, yeah, how many times it was cancelled, I am not very sure, but it is only given that remainder 63, isn't it? Remainder is only 63. How many times it was cancelled? It was in fact not given. Okay, forget about that. I don't even mind it. Okay. When the same x is divided by 16, when the same number is divided by 16, absolutely this will be 4 times this particular value, but I don't really mind how much quotient I am going to get, because that is not the point we need to discuss. But we have to see that whether 63 will come or no. Obviously no. The reason is, when you are dividing by 16, how come 63 will come, man? Never. Then what do I do? I cancel for another 3 times and probably I will be leaving the remainder. So 16 into 3, 48, and hence the remainder is going to be 15. Isn't it? So when you are cancelling with 16, obviously the remainder cannot be 63, man. The remainder cannot be 63. So 63, once again you will be cancelling by, yeah, very good. Student, I think that this is so comfortable to you, but whether you are able to get the point or not, you have to answer this particular question. Come on, student, I will be giving you one more question. Please look at that. Just look at the question. I am going to make very simple changes. Let me see how you are able to answer this. Student, if you have 32 in this place, in place of 16 if you have 32, please do respond what is going to be your answer? Come on. Come on, student, yes. See how logical the question is so designed, yeah? First you divide it by 64. Now you are trying with 32. What actually happens? A number which is actually divided by 64 will definitely get cancelled in 32. But of course, the remainder cannot be 63, you know that. Come on, student, yes, let me check it out. How many of you could able to answer this? Wonderful, wonderful. I can see that yes, many of you did so well. I really appreciate that. A number when divided by 64, how many times it was cancelled? That was not a point at all. The only point is the remainder of 63 was left. That is only the point. Yeah. So what actually you are doing, you know, you are dividing the same number by 32. Yes. When it cancelled by 64, it will definitely get cancelled into 32, even 2 times more. But of course, we cannot leave 63 just like that, because 63 is which is more than divisor, it is not fair. What we do? We cancel for one more time, and obviously we will be leaving 31 as the remainder. Very well, my dear students, I could see that yes, almost everybody responded so well. Excellent, man, excellent, excellent. So this is a clear indication that you are getting the point right. So probably I should be giving you one more question to see that how good you are answering this. I just want to make some changes in the question, man, just focus. For example, in place of 63, okay, if I take 50, that is the only change. Please do respond. What is going to be your answer? Come on. Very good. Come on, man, the question is present to you. Please respond. Very good, man, very good. Excellent, excellent. So when a number is divided by 64, very good, man, when a number is divided by 64, the remainder was 63. How many times it was cancelled? It was not an issue, because the question is even not about that. But, oh sorry, the remainder is 50. So when a number is divided by 64, so I said that the remainder is 50. So when you are trying to divide the same number by 16, yes, of course, it definitely cancels more than earlier quotient for sure. But of course, 50 is not acceptable, because 50 is more than 16. What do? We cancel for another 3 times, 16 into 3, 48, and we will be leaving the remainder 2. Okay, good students. So I can say that yes, you are doing extremely well. So probably yes, this is the time that I should be giving you a question, a very simple question. You should be able to answer just in 30 seconds, not more than 30 seconds. Okay, 40 seconds, because you have to read the question now. Ready? So ready, students? Now here the question. Come on, yes. The time starts now. 40 seconds. Quick. Last 10 seconds. Three, two, 1. Time is up. I can see that some answers are already on the screen, and it is very good going, man. It is very good going. I really appreciate that. The options you are giving and the answers you are providing to me, it is an indication that you are getting the points so well. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Good man, very good, very good. So yes, a number when divided by 48, I don't know the number. Yes, student. Now just look at that. Actually, the question is, yeah. In this particular question, man, so the point is, yeah, absolutely correct. A number when divided by 48, I don't know what is the number, but when you start dividing by 48, when you are dividing by 48, what happened, you know? The remainder was 33. The remainder was 33. Just forget about the quotient, even the question is not about the quotient. Yeah, very good response, my dear students. I really appreciate that. You are doing extremely well. I really, yes. Now, when you are dividing the same number by 24, yes, make sure that when it is divided by 48 and when you are trying to divide by 24, definitely get cancelled because 24 is a factor of 48. Okay. But of course, you cannot leave 33 just like that. You cannot leave 33 just like that. What do? You cancel for another one time and you will be leaving 9 as the remainder. And I could see that yes, almost everybody responded so well, and it is very appreciating, very good. Student, now this is the time we should be moving to next concept. Yes, student. For example, let me tell you that, for example, if I have taken 48 and I was actually started dividing by a number 48 is taken, I have taken 48 and I started dividing this number by 9. Ready? Please focus. It cancels for 5 times, it cancels for 5 times and it leaves a remainder of 3. Isn't it? That's quite natural, we can easily understand that. But if 96, if twice the 48 twice the 48, if you start dividing by 9, what happens, you know? It cancels for 10 times and of course the remainder is 6. You can see there is no mistake in the question, absolutely clear. What happened, you know, man? When you take double the number, so when you start dividing with the same 9, it was cancelled for 5 times, obviously it cancelled for 10 times. Natural. When the remainder is 3, here the remainder will be 6, isn't it? When the number becomes double, obviously quotient becomes double as well as remainder also be double. It is quite natural, common sense we can use. Okay, student, I put some question to you. Now please try to respond. For example, if I take X, man, if I start dividing by 4, let me suppose it cancelled for 20 times and the remainder I could see is for example 2. Okay, I hope you understand what I have taken. So when double the number is taken, man, when the double the number is taken, if you start dividing by 4, what actually the point is? If it is 20, it should be 40, of course. And when it is 2, it should be 4. Isn't it? I hope you understand this. So mathematically that is absolutely correct. Mathematically that is absolutely correct. But 4 and 4 is not genuine. Therefore, I cancel for one more time and I will be leaving 0. So when double the number is taken, quotient should be double as well as remainder should be double. But of course, we don't leave like that. For example, student, I put some questions to you. Please do respond quickly. So when x is divided by 7, Come on student, please understand. It cancelled for 10 times and the remainder was 3. Okay. Now please respond. When double the number is cancelled with the same, please give me the answers here and here. Tell me what should be the quotient and what should be the remainder. Come on student, quick. Come on student, yes. Yeah, very good man, very good. It seems that you are very good, you are interacting so well. But I could see that maybe the remaining people are working on mobile, probably they may not be able to interact. But never mind, be alert. Come on student, yes, you need to fill up these 2 question marks. You need to fill up these 2 question marks. Quick. Excellent, excellent, very good. So when it is 10, obviously it should be 20, accepted. When it is 3, it should be 6, yes, genuinely right. 6 less than 7, no bothering. Very good. So yes, my dear students, yes, you are doing extremely well. So probably this is the time I should be giving you some exercise. Here we go. Student, when a number is started dividing by 4, come on, please do understand. It cancelled for 5 times and a remainder of 3 is left. Here we go. When double the number, when the number becomes double, if I start dividing by 4, it is the time you should be giving the answers. Tell me what is the answer. Come on, yes. Let me check. Very good student, very good. Please look at the question, my dear students. You should be even more careful. I am asking you to fill these 2 places when double the number is taken. Come on student, yes man, yes man. Check it out once again. Some of you are putting 10 and 6, okay, that is fine. Mathematically that may be right, but logically that is not right. Excellent, excellent, good student, very good, very good. Therefore what you said is right. So if it is 5, it should be 10. If it is 3, it should be mathematically 6. But when it is 4, how come this 6 you can expect? It is not fair. So you cancel for one more time and you will be leaving 2 as reminder. Therefore it should be 11 in this question mark and it should be 2. 10 and 6 is mathematically correct, my dear student, but when you look at the divisor, man, you should be taking care. Excellent, excellent. I appreciate that. Yes, you are doing extremely well. Probably one more question will help you to get the perfection. Here we go. So student, when x is divided by 6, please focus. It cancel for 4 times and a remainder of 4 is obtained. When thrice the number is divided by same 6, student, now it is you to respond. You please fill up these question marks. Yes, you can do it. You can do it. The moment I can see the way in which you are getting the point, I can be very sure that you can respond very quickly. Okay, if in the option if they gave both 6 and 2, what should be taken? Should be taken 2, man, not 6. 6 is logically wrong. Get the point? So that kind of options you can't expect. Your answer should be 2 only. Very well done, very well done. Please keep doing, keep doing. Yeah, wonderful man, wonderful. I can see that yes, you are responding so well, but make sure that you are not making any mistake. Wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, very good. So yes, so when triple the number is taken, obviously it should be 12. 4 into 3, 12, because the number becomes 3 times. and hence the remainder is also 12, because the number is thrice. But when it is 6, how come this 12 man? Not right. Therefore, what do? You cancel for another 2 times and you will be leaving 0 as the remainder. Therefore, it must be 14 and it should be 0. So, I think yes, you are extremely good. Very good student. Yes, I understand that you are doing very well. Yeah. Student, I think it is difficult for me to see, look into all the options, but I am trying my level best to see that some hundreds of messages are being displayed. So, it is difficult, but I just could see maximum answers. Ready? Student, now this is the time that we should be moving to next model. Here we go. Look at the question. Look at the question. A number when divided by divisor leaves a remainder of 63. Leaves a remainder of 63. If the remainder, when the twice the number, student, just look at that, when twice the number, okay, when the number is twice, the remainder should have been 126, right? The remainder should have been 126 because the number is twice. But the problem is, it was given only 55. So, what might have happened, 71 should have been the divisor. You did not get the point, right? Okay. Student, read the question seriously. A number when divided by a divisor, I don't know the divisor as well. So, what he said is the remainder was 63. So, that was the only thing that is given. Now, we are extending. When twice the number, when you start dividing by d, when the number is twice, the remainder should have been 126, right? Naturally 126. But how much is given, student? In place of 126, how much is given? 55 is given, which means to say that it cancel for 71, then 55 is left. Therefore, this particular number should have been 71, which means it must have cancelled another one time. It should have been 126, but you get only 55, which means to say that the divisor is 71. What, man? I hope you understand this. So, whenever this kind of questions are given, we have a very simple technique, my dear students. This 63 you can take it as R1 and this 55 you can take it R2. Therefore, divisor is equal to 2 R1 minus R2. The reason of 2 is because the number is twice. Therefore, 2 into 63 minus 55. So, 126 minus 55. Therefore, 71. Probably some more questions will help you to get the perfection. At the moment, I can say that you are okay, but not completely okay. I think another question is required to get the answer. Let me check how you are able to answer this question, and if you are not confident, I will be moving on to the previous one. Here we go. Student, please respond. Come on, quick. Read the question seriously. You can easily respond to this one. Students, you are taking lot of time, man. If it is not clear, I will be doing. Yeah, very good. That's excellent. Yeah, students. So yes, the first remainder should be taken as R1. The second time the remainder you get should be taken as R2. Therefore, divisor is equal to, very simple, 2R1 minus R2, because the number becomes twice. And hence your answer must be 2 into 15 minus 10. So 30 minus 10, hence it is 20. I believe that yes, you are doing extremely well. Very good student, very good, very good. I really appreciate that. So probably yes. Yes student, 20 is the correct answer. Very good. So one more question will help you to get the perfection man. Here we go. Right. Very good, very good, very good man, very good, very good. Yes student, yes, do respond. Very simple, same technique we will be using this. The first time the remainder you get is R1, and the second time you are going to get the remainder is R2. But of course, this time you are taking the thrice the number. Hence, divisor is given by the formula 3R1 minus R2. Yes, 3R1. It is because thrice the number. Earlier we have seen twice, but this time it is thrice. I hope you understand this. Excellent, my dear students. You are doing extremely well. Therefore, 3 into 18 minus 20. So, 54 minus 20, your answer must be 34. Student, I think you can easily understand this because this is very basics of calculation. So, you must be very comfortable. Okay. So, yes. So, let us check out the last one. So, here we go. So, this is given in your previous paper, that is in campus placement. Once again student, no confusion, very simple. When n is divided by 5, the remainder is 2. The remainder is 2. When n square, therefore, the remainder must be 4. So, when you are squaring the remainder, when you are squaring the number, obviously the remainder is also gets square. Therefore, 2 square is 4. The reason of taking 4 is because you are getting square. Okay, man? So, with this we come to an end of division algorithm. I am not actually telling all the questions in this particular topic, I am just only concentrating on your CRT program and of course, for some competitive exams. Because you are in the beginning, I think it is not advisable to teach you all the models, because once you get into the topic, we can discuss even more number of questions. My focus is only to create some important, just I want to let you know the most important concepts of number system. Once you are able to understand this topic, the same we can apply for any other topic as well. I hope you understand, my dear students. Okay? But I can tell you that we are using this topic, we are using this time so well, because probably no other person can make use of this time this effectively. Yeah. Student, now we are moving on to very simple concept, remainder theorem. So, what is all about remainder theorem? So, what remainder theorem tell us? It is so simple. Student, if I divide 7 by 6, it cancel for one time. Tell me how much remainder I am going to get, man? 1. Isn't it? So, when I divide 7 by 6, obviously I will be getting 1 as the remainder. It cancels for one time and I will be getting 1 as the remainder, isn't it? Yeah. If I start dividing 7 square by 6, 7 square is 49. It cancel for some times and again the remainder is 1. I don't know how many times it cancels, that is not my issue. My only point is, what is the remainder I am going to get? 1. Because when you start dividing 7 by 6, every time you will be getting 1 as a remainder. So 7 square is no exemption. For example, student, if I divide 7 power 8 by 6, 7 power 8 is a very big number, my dear students. It is very difficult for you to get into, but never mind, you need not do all that. You need not do all that. The concept is so simple. 7, when you are dividing it, every time you will be getting 1 as the remainder. 1 power anything is 1. I hope you understand this. So from this remainder theorem, student, you can have a very simple note. When a plus 1 whole power n is divided by a, the remainder is always 1, isn't it? The remainder is always 1, isn't it? So, when a plus 1 whole power any number, when you are dividing by a, obviously the remainder is always 1. Let me explain you by giving some examples. Here we go. Come on student, here we go. Look at the question. What is this? What is the remainder? Find the remainder when 8 power 7 is divided by 7. Student, if you look into that, you can understand that 8 power 7 and you are trying to divide the same by 7. Forget about the number, man. Forget about 7. We don't require that. Only focus 8 and 7. When 8 is divided by 7, every time you get 1 as remainder. Therefore, I hope you understand. Student, yes, I think I am absolutely clear to you. Now, shall I give you some beautiful application in this concept? Let me give you. Student, for example, in place of 8 power 7, come on student, please look at that. In place of 8 power 7, if you have 2 power 16, then how do we do it? This is a beautiful question. 2 power 16, you're trying to divide it by 7. 2 power 16, oh my god, that's a very big number. So if you start taking 2 power 16, it is a waste of your time. The only thing is, what is the remainder? If you start love the mathematics, you start love the numbers, you really find it the advantage. Very simple. Student, I just want to make some changes here. So can I take this number? Okay, for convenience, I take one thing. I will take 2 power 15. Okay, 2 power 15 for convenience. After that, I will come to that. See, students, so my question is, when 2 power 15 is divided by 7. Actually, we are not aware of that. But can I take the number something like this? Can I write this number like this? 2 power 15. 3 into 5 is 15 only. Of course, 2 power 3 is 8. Oh, this is interesting. We come to this topic. This is very convenient for us. Very convenient. The reason is, when 8 is divided by 7, every time 1 is the remainder. I hope you understand this. Student, I hope, yes, it is absolutely confident. I think you must be very confident by this time. Student, I just want to put some question to you. Please respond. Here we go. Next question. What you are waiting, man? Come on, yes, do it. course. Yeah, exactly. Yes. Because the question is so simple, I think you are so confident in answering this one. Very well done. So, what is the question? It is, man, when 27 whole power 18 is divided by 26, you are asked to find the remainder. Very simple. This is 27, this is 26. When you start dividing 27 by 26, 1 is the remainder. As we have just seen, a plus 1, a. So, 1 power anything is 1. Isn't it? So, I think now you are confident, man. I hope that yes, you are very confident by this time. Right. Very good. Now, I just giving you one example. Please, I just want to make some changes over here. Student, in place of 27 whole power 18, if I take 3 power 18, so what is going to be your answer? When 3 power 18 is divided by 26, what is going to be the remainder? For example, if a question is given like this, okay, it is a little difficult for us. Yes, I understand, but we can make it easy for us. How we can make it? Student, 3 power 18, can I take 3 power 3 whole power 6? I can take it now. 3 into 6 is 18. And 3 power 3 is 27. Okay, that's good. We come to our natural process. We come to our natural process. 27 whole power something is divided by 26. Very good, very good. That's a good point. And yes, the remainder is 1. Student, is not interesting, man? I hope so. You must be enjoying this topic for sure. Student, are you getting the point right? Yes? Anything you want to put it? Yes? Anybody want? Any explanation? Good. Am I clear to you, students? Please do respond. Am I clear to you? Are we going in the right direction? Are you able to get the point? Please do respond. Voice is, I think, no, student, because from my side there is no mistake. You need to check your network connection. Yes, student, yes, please respond, man. Am I clear to you? Are we going in the right direction? Very good, very good. So, I think yes, you may be able to answer this question right now. Yes, come on, student, please make it fast. Good, very good, very good. Yeah, there is nothing we can discuss in this question, man. So, because 141 whole power 21 is you are trying to divide by 140, yes, that's good. And every time 140 more than 1, therefore, the remainder is 1, that's it. Good. So, yes, my dear students, so yes, you got the point right, therefore, your answer must be 1. Very good, students. So, I think you are comfortable now. Now, this is the time that we must be going ahead with more perfection. Here we go. Come on, student. So, now we must be moving on to next concept, right? Student, if I give a question something like this, can 6, can we divide 6 by 7? Can we divide 6 by 7? So, actually you have a practice of dividing 7 by 6, but this time 6 by 7, yes, we can divide, man, we can divide. What is there? We can. So, when you start dividing 7, I mean when you start dividing 6 by 7, what happens, you know, so quotient is 0 and you get the 6 as the remainder. The same 6 will be your remainder, because the remainder is obviously minus 1. So, what actually happens, you know, my dear students, so when you are dividing Actually, we have a practice of dividing like this. 8 by 7 we are comfortable, because this is 7 and you are dividing by 8. You get cancelled for one time and you will be remaining 1 as the remainder. That is the practice, yes, you are already having. But if I say that if you divide 7 by 8, what happens, man? Of course, 8. When you are cancelling by 7, it cancels for 0 times, and obviously the same 7 will be getting, yes, you will be getting 7 as the remainder. I hope you understand this. When that number is more than this, isn't it? Come on, student, I just want to explain you once again. So student, if I have to cancel 7 and by 8, you understand what to get. But if I have to take 7 square by 8, because this number is more comparing with the previous one, then what we should be doing? The concept is so simple. Student, here in this case, the concept is so simple. 7 square is obviously 49, and 49 by 8, of course, it cancel for 6 times, and you will be leaving a remainder of 1. Isn't it? What, man? Am I clear to you? Yeah, I think yes, because you should be able to follow that. Because, yeah, but this time if I say that if 7 power 4, when you are dividing by 8, it is a little difficult, because 7 power 4, 49 into 49, 2401. Tell me how much it comes? 2401 divided by 8. So 2401 divided by 8, how many times it cancel? 300 times. So 1 is the remainder. But my dear student, it is the only way to get the answer. Don't you have any other way to get it? So can't we do this question in much smarter way? Because can you see, my dear students, if I give 7 power 17 divided by 8, oh my God, you cannot do this just like a routine calculation, because this is a big problem. But of course, 8 power 17 by 7 is okay for us. This is 7, that is 8. Remainder is 1. 1 power anything is 1. But the problem is, interesting. Did you really find it? So student, as we move ahead, we came across with some more interesting questions, and probably tomorrow we will be discussing this kind of questions. Tomorrow we are going to conclude number system. Yes, student, yes, I know that number system is certainly boring, because this is something because we come across with different concepts. So sometimes it is definitely time taking and of course boring as such. But I just want to give a serious caution to you. But unless you get the perfection in this topic, you may not be able to get the perfection in aptitude. Without aptitude, there is no future. In every competitive examination, aptitude is a part. It is a very good time for you, my dear students. This is a very good time for you to learn all these topics. So you are learning life skills, not just mathematics. So please do practice, and tomorrow we are going to conclude this topic, and after that we will be entering into aptitude, very logical questions. You will definitely enjoy the topic. So tomorrow we conclude this topic. Okay students, so bye.